Hello, Midnight Carlas. Welcome back to Midnight with Mo. On today's episode, we're going to be talking about glowing up, like glowing up at least before 2024. A little backstory. I have not completely glowed up according to the internet aesthetic, but I know where I'm coming from. I have not always been the most confident. Growing up, I was pretty. Nobody can tell me that I wasn't fine. I knew I was hell of pretty. Like, I would do my hair, style it myself, do whatever I want to do, look good, whatever. Like, I didn't care. I was black beauty. My auntie used to call me black and shine. And that's where I'm getting to now. Just calm down. In primary school, then I would contest for whatever, I would hold whatever position. But now growing up to realizing that life isn't always fair, when my self esteem started depreciating a bit, was when I entered secondary school, like my first year in secondary school. And that was like the first time away from home, the first time away from family, the first time with strangers, like complete strangers. And then I realized how they actually treated each one of us very differently. Because around that time, I had low cut. My sister was insulting me. So I had low cut, yeah, because I do this thing where I cut my hair and I don't care, like, because I know I still look fine, yeah. So I had low cut, but going into that school, I needed to like shave it like down. So basically, I went to a barber, and then the barber did like this men cut for me, and then gave me like the whole, hairline, like looking like a man. Because even my sister's friends used to say that I look like a man then, but oh well, or like a boy, whatever. So now going into that school, and I noticed how differently they treated each and every one of us, because like there was a girl there that was fair. She was pretty. I knew she was pretty, she was fair. But there is this Nigerian stereotype where they kind of treat people that are fairer with more light and with more, like with more love. Like, there's just this thing where people that are fairer are being treated better, unlike now that people are embracing different features and look at everyone as pretty. But then it was like people that were fairer were always prettier. And the fact that I was black, and then I was undergoing puberty, so my body, everything, it was bad. And then that was the moment I started comparing myself with people, comparing how I looked. And that did not even stop there, because I left that school because of bullying. Then going to my next school in my third year of secondary school, a guy was like, oh, that I'm flat. I'm the flattest girl he has ever seen. My nipple is the size of a grain of rice, da 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 da. Like, insulting my physique, basically. So that was when I knew that, look, Moyo, you're not all that there is. Like, you're not pretty, you're not whatever. And I glued down. Like, I did not have any self-esteem. I did not have any confidence in myself anymore. I was just zero, basically, from that day. I was just like, you know what? Yeah. So, enough of the backstory. So, how did I get here? Let's just talk about how I got here, because the confidence I had at home and the confidence I had in school were two different things. Because at home, you're with your family members and you have people that hype you up even if you're ugly. But in school, it's like you're faced with reality and you have people that bring you down because you're not that fine. First and foremost, if you're looking for a glow up, I will not say I've completely glowed up. I'm still in the process of change, because we struggle for progression and not perfection. First of all, you need to identify the problem. Back then, I started puberty. I had acne, I had body dysmorphia, I had low self-esteem, I had zero confidence in myself. So basically, all these things, I kind of look to change it, because even up to now, my face is not completely clear. Like, I still have acne, I still have breakouts, I still, have all these things. But how am I able to look pretty in them? I don't have the best body, I don't have the best facial feature, I don't have like the clearest of face, I don't have the most harmonized body skin tone, like I still have hyperpigmentations. So basically, how am I able to manage all these things and How am I able to make the best of it and make sure my features are highlighted and I still look pretty enough for the internet to actually click on me and I have 2,000 subscribers? Basically, how I think I got to this point and how you can to be one for my acne, I started trying out a lot of products. There were times that things got better, there were times that things got worse. There were times that I broke out even worse. Like the current acne I have on my face was as a result of something I tried and then I broke out worse. So since then, I've been trying to revert the effects of that product, but oh well, we're still here. So basically, trying things out, knowing what works for me, I decided to study myself. Like, I started studying myself like an actual course. Like, if I take this, I notice the effect it has on my body. Like, now I already know that my face doesn't like sugar, it doesn't like dairy products, but I still take dairy products because I like ice cream. So basically, I studied myself to know basically where I am at and where I can become. So knowing that okay, these are the things my body likes and these are the things I should do differently. Knowing that I don't like sugar, like the slightest amount of sugar, I'm having breakout. Knowing that my body doesn't really like a lot of dairy products. But one thing about me is that I don't try to limit things because of my body doesn't like sugar, because of it doesn't like dairy, doesn't mean I don't take it. I still take ice cream, I still take chocolates, but I try my best to limit it in between because I don't have self control basically. And yeah, that's it. But I try. I try. That's all that matters. Like I said in the beginning of this video, I've not completed my glow up and I'm at my highest self, but I try to make things work for me according to my own feature and according to what I see best fit for where I am currently. And for my body image and body dysmorphia, I think it's something that I kind of outgrew because the more I grew up and the more I constantly noticed that every single person in the world is trying to achieve a particular body shape. Like you see someone having slender waist, big hips, small breasts, but as you can see, I don't have small boobs and I don't have big hips either. Ever since that guy insulted me in my third year in secondary school, I started working out. Like my family will see me in the morning, I have mats laid out. I'm working my ass out. The thing of like 500 squats in one day, I did it. 100 squats in one day, 1000 squats, going up the staircase, whatever. I did it just so I can grow my glutes. And I wouldn't say I completely regretted having low self esteem or having like body dysmorphia because it kind of helped me into who I am now. One of my secondary school mates once reached out to me and she's like, my bum bum is no longer as flat as it used to be. As offensive as that may sound, meaning that it's still kind of flat, I kind of had to look back and I realized that the only reason why my bum is not as flat as it used to be was because I had all this low self esteem and I tried to make out for it by going to the gym and training my body. So now my body is firm, like everything kind of worked out for good. I constantly did all these squats, I constantly went to the gym, I constantly did all these things. So my body kind of shaped up but not shaped up. Okay. Next, I started dressing according to my body standard or according to my body shape. I don't wear things someone with a bottle, like a Coke bottle body will wear. Excuse me, no. So basically, you see this top I'm wearing now is kind of like to highlight my features. So I will actually want to do a video on how I dress for my rectangle body shape, but I don't know if it's something that you guys might want to watch. But basically, the top I'm wearing now is kind of highlighting my features. So basically, it gives me like this illusion of a curve and it highlights my firm arms as well. So it makes everything look good. For my confidence, I think I just gained it back by constantly doing things I was shy about. Like if I see myself being afraid or being anxious of anything, that's the more reason to do it because I'm like, why am I freaking anxious? If you follow my Instagram dump page, you will see nonsense there because I'm just like that. Fuck it. I'm going to live my life the way I want to live it and not constantly having to fit into standards is something to be proud of. So tips. Some tips I will give you. One is that I saw this in a book, the book I'm currently reading, 4 hours week, 4 weekday, 4 hours a week. What, I don't know. But the book I'm currently reading, and I actually realized that it actually implies to my life, because I noticed that I was doing all these things without actually realizing I was doing it. One, this tip is that it's better to ask for forgiveness than to ask for permission, which is so true. I remember my dad would always tell me this thing like, don't make me be disappointed in you. So I always try to conform to that, and I'm like, oh, I shouldn't shine too much, basically. So it's this thing of Africans, like I think it implies to a lot of Africans, where you're just like that. I don't want to shine too much so that someone will not notice me and it will put me inside trouble. Like we've taken success, or we've taken being yourself, or we've taken authenticity into going, like, into falling into trouble. Because even in Nigeria, there's this thing of, if you express yourself through like the way you dress or through the way you look, people just fit you into the standard of, you don't have a core, they don't train you well at home, you're not well trained, stuff like that. So I constantly found myself trying to like fit myself into the standard. I'm just like that, Muyo, like what the heck? What the actual hell? Yeah, as right from 2021 was the turning point for me after NYSC. Like, I'm forever grateful for 2021 up till now, because it's like it just constantly, continually molded me, and I just started falling more into my kind of personality. Like, I don't care if I disappoint you. I don't care if I don't fit into standards. I don't care if whatever I'm wearing is not your standard or is not modest enough. Like, I don't like explosive clothes, but if I want to expose my body, I will do it according to my taste. So it's just like I stopped trying to fit into standards. Like, if you have a problem with it, except for if I'm in like religious gatherings like church, whatever, obviously dress covered. But in like my own content space, trying to express myself, I don't care if I don't conform. Like, I'm not conforming to whatever anymore. Even the whole um even the whole beauty standard now, like the way people dress, I don't conform to that either. So it's just like that. Express yourself according to your own self. Don't, because of this is what is trending, do it, because you will lose yourself in the process. And to be honest, with time, like, my dad is the sweetest person. When he saw that I did not care as much again, he just decided to accept me for me. Another tip I'll have for you is that you are kind of like your problem. Like, you are the cause of your problem. 80% of the times we are the cause of our problems. Like, always the cause of our problems. Because most of the times when I see myself like progressing, or when I see myself getting to what I thought I would like, let's say, I don't want to, I'm trying my best not to like conform to a beauty standard saying this, but kind of like losing weight, looking better, whatever. Like, when I see myself getting to that point, that's when I'll be more prone to binge eating. That's when I'll be more prone to like sleeping throughout the day, because I'm just like, I'm afraid of what I can become. Do you get? I'm afraid of like the responsibility that will come with who I'm about to become. So basically, it's like you are now sabotaging yourself. I'm very, very guilty of self sabotage. Every single time I see myself progressing, and then I'm just like, this is the time to stop. This is the time to go back to my bad habits. It's like you are addicted to your old ways. Like, you become more addicted to your old ways. Like, it's so hard for you to take up the responsibility of becoming better. Like, you find it easier for you to be laid back and for you to do whatever you want to do and not having to care. But as time goes on, you just realize that, look, your life is not going to change unless you change. Next point leading from this one is that you might be aiming to be your higher self right now, and your higher self will be you in like 5 years, and then get to you in 5 years, and then you realize that there is someone higher than this person. Like, I want to become higher than this higher self. So it's like we are constantly progressing, like we're constantly looking to top of the bar. So one thing is that I'm my own competition, like I am my own standard. So basically, how I am now, is it how I was last year? Is it better than how I was last year? If it's better, then I'm doing well. If it's not better, then I need to change something. So basically, To be honest, yeah, you guys, growing up takes a lot of balls. Like it takes a lot of guts. It takes a lot of you have to be mad to want to grow up, basically, because you have it like this fear of like the amount of responsibilities that will come your way, the fear of you having to constantly maintain it. So for me, I would say like most of my glow up came in like changing my career path, basically not wanting to be a medical student again and doing something more myself. And it's like not everyone will understand it and not everyone is going to support you. So even when they want to support you, I promise you that there are some people that don't know how to support you. Because look at me now, I'm doing YouTube. In years back, my parents did not have anything called YouTube. So it's like they don't know how to support you. You want to blow up, you want to be this person, career wise, personal growth, spiritual growth, everything. But it's like people might not know how to support you. So the only person you have is yourself. And if you don't take the responsibility, if you don't take heed, if you don't do what you're meant to do, if you don't be responsible, basically, like be responsible for your action, take your progress seriously. If you don't do all these things, you are the one holding yourself back. Like I said in the other tip, like you'll always be the one holding yourself back. But one thing is that even with all this fear and responsibility and the fact that there might not be a lot of people to help you, that doesn't mean you should not do what you want to do. Because at the end of the day, it's better to actually do it scared, and it's better to know that this failed. Like what you wanted to do was a fail, rather than in 5 years' time you're looking back and you're like, I should have just done that. Like there is nothing worse than regret, and I'm going to tell you head on, like there's nothing worse than regret, because there are some things I actually regret not doing, but I'm just like, oh well, time has passed, but it would be bad of me if I don't do it now. So basically, there's nothing worse than regret. And if you want to glow up, there's no better time to start than late 2023. Glow up into 2024. Look best, look okay, be happy, have fun. Have fun being you, basically. Like, I love that quote so much. Have fun being you, because there is only one you. And yeah, I feel like I rambled a lot in this video. Anyway, hope to see you good and fine and your best self in 2024. All right, bye bye. That's all. Midnight with Mo drops every midweek, every midweek, mid. So basically, that's 14th, 15th, and 16th of every month by 12 a.m. And yeah, so always expect an upload from me during that time. Fingers crossed. Okay, bye bye. Good night.
Don't call me mean, I just want someone to love me.